Two Courier Vehicles robbery suspects have been fatally wounded, and one, in fact, injured during a shootout with the police and private security in Kempton Park. That's where we'll find SABC News reporter Lopang Alamu, who's joining us live there from the scene. Lopang, explain to us what happened there.
Well, Natia, very good afternoon. In fact, it's really pouring at this moment, but we'll also give you those visuals a little bit later, where that crime scene is still quite active. That car is still being searched, and those fingerprints being taken by the police here. We did see the forensic pathologist. I think they're also still on their way. The bodies of those two robbers, those suspects at this point, are still next to that particular vehicle. But for more information, we do understand at this point is that two of them were fatally wounded and one is currently in hospital. But Gauteng Provincial Commissioner General Thembi Mtombeni is going to tell us a little bit more about what happened here today and how these particular suspects were found out. What happened? General, thank you so much for your time. What happened here? Was it a tip-off? Did you know that this was going to happen just before they were intercepted?
Thank you very much. Greetings to everyone at home. We are stepping up in terms of deployment, as we know that it's a safer festive season. Cash in transit and courier motor vehicles robberies is one of our focus area. With the multidisciplinary team, of course, our TRT, the counterintelligence from the Air Office, the DPCI from Gauteng, known as the Hawks, as well as the security industry supporting the eyes and ears, the tracker team for Gauteng. They were systematically following the information and, of course, assisted by Gauteng Traffic Police, the Air Wing. Following this information around Gauteng, but of course in Ituatwa, where they pick up two motor vehicles, and of which they happened to systematically follow this one. It came here on R25 as they tried to stop the vehicle, or they tried to indicate the instruction that the vehicle must stop. The driver did not stop. As a result, there was a shooting which ensued. The police retaliated, and out of that, we had fatalities of two of the suspects. Two pistols were found, as well as a reflectors jacket and a blue light. And one of the suspects was seriously injured. It's a 40-year-old. And then on the checking of the identity, we realized this particular suspect, he is the owner of the vehicle. We believe that these are the people who have been causing problems in terms of the Courier Vehicles robbery. And we want to say, for those people who are involved in a crime, they have to watch out, because this will be the result of people who are involved in crime, or this will be the payoff for people who are involved in crime, as we have beefed up our deployment for this safer festive season.
General, were these suspects operating, if you do know, were they operating interprovincially?
Well, we still have to verify, though we're having the owner of the vehicle. We still have to verify and run through the records, and then out of that, after we verify, we can conclusively indicate as to say there were interprovincial operating in terms of those crimes of which I have highlighted.
Would it also be correct, General, to say that we've seen an increase in these Courier Vehicle robberies? A number of people, specifically this year, have also been murdered because these robbers tried to steal the merchandise they have.
Yeah, well, this crime get reported, but we must have to indicate that not necessarily for this safer festive season, though we have beefed up the workforce. Some of you will recall that we had another interception during the course of this year in Naledi, where, if I'm not mistaken, I think there were 3 fatalities in that space, and then we recovered quite a number of firearms. So I should think we are systematically working on those suspects, and I think they are also aware that we are tailing them, or we are behind them.
Well, thank you so much for your time. I'm going to let you go since it's still quite pouring here. Unati, I'm actually going to move out of shot and ask our colleague Thabiso Paki to give you those visuals, just to give you an indication as to what's currently happening. The forensics are currently working the car. It's that white vehicle, and we do know that we're still waiting for that pathology van to come and collect those bodies. That can only happen once they are through with combing that vehicle. We're still here in Kempton Park, and hopefully we do have somewhat of an update in the next 30 minutes or so.